Hey, happy Wednesday, folks, and thank you for joining me for some drawing on this fine day together here. What a nice thing to do together, to be creative and to make something just materialize magically on your piece of paper or on your iPad or wherever you happen to be drawing with me today. Please tell us where you're from in the chat, by the way, if you're calling in from somewhere outside the US or whatever state you're in, or hey, maybe you're watching this on the moon. And if so, thank you. All right, if you're ready to do some drawing, I know I am, because today we have a special Inauguration Day episode of the show. I know many of you are not even watching from the States, but since I'm an American, I thought that'd be a fun thing to do. And besides, we're going to draw something that everybody likes to draw anyway. Why not? So, what movies have you all been watching to keep yourselves occupied in this weird time of pandemic and everything? Gotta find things to do, right? It's fun to consume media. We've just been watching some Star Wars recently, and I had a question for you all. What do you call a droid that always takes the long way around? R2-D2. Oh my goodness. Okay, time to draw. Let's say hi to some folks in the chat while you run and grab a pencil, a pen, a marker, or a crayon, or maybe some kind of a long pole vaulting stick that you can just dip in some sand and maybe just cover all over your driveway. You can draw however you want. We have Robert, nice to see you. And oh my gosh, look at all these folks. Mercurial and Steven and Steve and RB. Oh my gosh. And Harkirat, nice to see you. And Sherry, hello, hello. Who else do we have here? I'm trying to read down the list. Silen, Clever. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And why don't we get to some drawing now? Okay. Now, to do these drawings, as you all know, you need to be able to do three simple things, okay? A straight line, a zigzag, right? Or a curvilinear line. That could be an S curve or a C curve, any way you slice it. If you can do those things, you're in good shape. Now, we'll zoom in a little bit so everybody can see clearly. And we're going to start our drawing with a straight line. Now, I'm going to look at, if this is my paper, let me just show you something here. Imagine this is the paper I'm drawing on, okay? To start today's drawing, you want to aim for about here. That's where you want to start your line. So towards the, just under the center here and to the left, okay? So you want to leave yourself plenty of room up here, all right, and a little bit of room down here. That's how we're going to do it today. Alrighty, now, here we go. So, I'm going to get started. I'm going to do a straight line like this. That's the beginning of my drawing. I'll zoom in a bit more so everybody can see very clearly what I'm doing next. Next line is just a very small diagonal line, like that. See how tiny that is? Very small. Then we're going to do another horizontal line, okay? This one's going to be a little shorter than the first one. See that? So we go long, very short, medium. That's the beginning of our drawing. Are you ready for a little curvilinear line? We're going to do a curvilinear line and connect it to a straight line. Watch this. We're going to curve down like that. So we come zigzagging this way, little curve, and straight on down. Okay. Now we're going to come straight back to here, the same distance. Are you ready? Straight back like so. Aha. Very nice, very nice. Now, like this first line, okay, it's going to be a longer one. We're actually going to come back all the way to here, okay, but at a slight angle. So if you want to give yourself a little dot, something to aim for, you can do so. So we're coming straight back here, like so. All right, how's that going? Everybody with me so far? Okie dokie. Let's carry on. Now, this first line I drew here, I'm actually going to extend it now a little bit. I'm going to come back to about here. So make that a little longer. Okay, about that far. Okay, dokie. And now another diagonal line. We're going to come up this way, all right? This is a short one, but not as short as this. About a 45-degree angle. Are you ready? Zip, just like that. So all kinds of really interesting directions and lengths of lines here. We haven't yet really established what this might be. But the next thing we do is going to give it away. Check this out. Now you remember this line we drew is the third line we drew right here. I'm actually going to pull it back this way. Check it out. Pull it back this way like that. And underneath it, here comes the C-curve. Check this out. C-curve like so. Aha. And then I'll zoom in so you can see this right there in the middle. Little circle like that. Okay, and now from this bottom left corner, we're going to do a little cut up like that. Just a little one. And then straight across all the way to there. Right? So we go into the space of that eye. Now another C-curve here. The C-curve is going to come up this way and connect to here. Check it out. We follow along and we connect like so. Alrighty. Now I think we know what we're doing, right? Does everybody know what this is? Yes, yes, yes. Okie dokie. Now, from here, okay, I want you to draw the longest line we've yet drawn. It's going to come all the way up to about here. All right, check it out. All the way up to about here. So, bam, like so. That is a long line, isn't it? Longer than this one. If I were to tell you how long it is, I'd say it's about double the length of that line. Something along those, about that distance, okay? All right. Now, another 45-degree angle, more or less, up this way. Okay, and it's another long line. I'm going to come up to about there. Ugh, just like that. That feels pretty good. Right? Because eagles have big wings. That's right, folks. We're drawing a bald eagle today because it's Inauguration Day. Why not? Now, from here, I want you to just draw a little line down like that. Alrighty. And then I'm going to have some space. Okay, now we've done this before. We make a line, then we have another line next to it. We leave some space. We don't connect them at all. Okay, so check it out. Another one here. See how I'm moving down at a slight angle? 1, 2. And another one here. 3. So we go 1, 2, and 3. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Makes me happy. Now, from there, we're going to just take a tiny little bit of space here and move up slightly like that. See that? Just a little one. Boop. And then straight back like that. Now, this line we just drew, I'd say it's about the same length as that line. Why am I always doing that? I'm always comparing one line to something that's already on my drawing. Well, this is comparative measuring. This is a good way for you to figure out how long something is, because if you already have a line on the paper to compare it to, makes it easier for you to not just have to do guesswork. Now we're going to go for a right angle right here, 90 degrees. We're going to come down to about here. All right, so this line is going to be slightly longer than this. All righty, about like that. And then we're going to cut out this way. Bam. All right, so we come down and out like that. Hey, someone else has joined us. Soberana, nice to see you. And Flynn is here now. How's it going, gang? Thanks for joining me. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, head on over to behance.net/live if you want to join the live chat, talk to me, ask questions, and participate in the last part of our show where we do the animal and activity game. All right, now from here, okay, we are going to do this. We're going to come straight down, all right, and then we're going to go like that. So it's down and out, just like that. And then up at an angle. Okay, and then we're going to just repeat that same thing. We go down and out. And then we go up again. And then we just come up to here to connect like that. Okay, so it's down, 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 and down. Now remember this diagonal line right here? One final step. We're going to curve it out a little bit and move it down like that. Cool. Now right next to this line, hey, check it out. Same length, same shape. And again, that just shows that we have another leg behind this leg. Now what about the back of the leg? Well, check this out. I'm going to come straight across. See how much space I gave myself there? Okay. And then angle up a little bit. So across and angle up. And then here we're just going to go straight up, okay, right to where we started that first line there. Just like this. Bam. And all you have to do now is throw a few lines in like that. And I like them to overlap that line a little bit. Okay, that kind of says, hey, we got some feathers going on here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. No problemo. Okie dokie. Now, we have arrived at a point where we know how wide to make our wings. Because of all the stuff we drew down here, we just have to imagine we're popping right back up to here. Okay, now remember where this diagonal line is, okay? Come straight across from there. And I want you to just make a little mark. Straight across, and that mark is above that line. Imagine that line just kept going. Okay? And here, I want you to just go like this. Just angle out a little bit. Just a tiny one. And we're going to do a line straight up. And that line is going to stop before you get to where we stopped with that longest line in the drawing. Check it out. We're going to go up to about there. Okay? And from there, we're just going to angle up and out. And it's going to be kind of parallel to this. Okay? Only a little less, more acute. Check it out. Bam. Cool. And now, this is a big curvilinear line. We're going to come up and stop about there. Now, when we got to here, okay, I want you to now take this little section right here and angle out slightly that way. So it's very subtle. It's almost exactly the same, but slightly up. And we're going to do a little curve like that. Okay, and then we're going to take that and bring it down like this. It's a nice long feather. And next to it, with a little space, another one. And then here, I'm going to interrupt this and come down. And then I'm just going to keep these going. See that? Cool. And then from here, I'm just going to draw lines that come this way. Okay? And now all you have to do is some little zigzaggy kind of bits and pieces here and there, right? You want to do a few more here and there. That's fine. These are how we do these drawings in a stylized way. We're simplifying reality, right? We're making it easier to understand. And speaking of zigzags, okay, I want to put some zigzags here, right, for that white part, the head of the eagle. So I'm going to start at this diagonal, check it out, like that. And just do that. Okie dokie. And we're almost there, folks, because all we have left is that tail. So from here, the base of the leg, we just angle up slightly like this. See that? And then we come back a little bit and up a little further again. Okay, and back again. So it's out, back, out, back. And then we're going to just go long out to about here. Okay? Now, this is a very slight angle. It's almost horizontal, okay? You want to make a little mark for yourself? Sure, that always helps. So I'm going to aim for that. Okay, or I can come back from there. It doesn't matter. And we overlap that second little line we drew there. And then angle it up slightly. And then back. And back again. And back. And now we're going to come straight on back to here. Check it out. All the way back to there. And then we just do a little line like that. Okay. Now what about the tail feathers? Well, look, put a little line right there. Okay. And then you can do this. You can make a couple of little long V's facing that way if you want. All right, these are like V's that have been placed on their side. You just kind of tip them over. And they're long and skinny. Finally, for the body, well, you guessed it, just a few more of those little kind of overlapping V shapes, right? You can do that as much as you like. And we have one more final thing to do. Now, since there are two wings, we just follow along the same line here with a line right there and a line right there. And we're just saying, hey, there's another wing back there, okay? Don't forget that that is there. And there is our bald eagle. How about that? Pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. It's a pretty cool looking bird, I have to say. Okay, now I'm going to hide that for a moment because it's time for who made that. Well, this is where I give you a little hint, something for you to look at. So we're looking at part of a painting, and I want you to, if you know, in the chat, tell me the artist who made this painting, okay? And fun fact, this painting is actually, or well, this print, this is actually a lithograph. There's a little hint for you. There's a part of this, one of the pieces for the addition of this lithograph, I'm having trouble getting the words out, is actually about a 10-minute walk from my house. And I've looked at it many times. I just like looking at it. It's a cool piece. But if you know this artist, go ahead and throw it out there in the chat. Let's see who knows their art history. And we're going to then reveal the final piece, talk about it. And in the meantime, be thinking in the back of your mind about an animal and activity so that we can draw an animal doing something fun, funny, unexpected, weird at the end of the show. Okay, so who is it? Let's see. Who is it? Any guesses in the chat? I don't see any guesses yet. I don't see any guesses. Golden says, Kyle makes it really simple. Well, thank you. I try and make these drawings everybody can follow along with. Oh, Mercurial, by the way, has guessed our artist. It is, in fact, Jasper Johns. Why don't we take a look at the full piece? Excellent. So Jasper Johns is still with us today. He's a living artist, born in 1930. This piece, Flags from 1968, is a lithograph, which is a kind of print. And what I love about this piece is it takes advantage of really cool optical illusion that you can do when you use complementary colors. Okay, and I'm going to show you how this works. So the idea with this painting is you stare at this little white circle right in the middle of this flag, and you stare at it for about 30 or 40 seconds, okay? Intently. You really just, stare. Don't let your eyes wander. And when you do that, you then pop on down to this one here at the bottom, this gray one, and stare at the black dot. And what will happen is the complementary colors of the colors in this flag will appear, they will materialize in the flag at the bottom. So the complementary color of green is what? Red. The complementary color of orange is what? Blue. And of black is white. So you'll actually see the colors of the American flag correctly after staring at this flag for a while and then glancing down here. Pretty cool trick. And so I just really like that print. But Jasper Johns has done lots of paintings of the flag, one of his favorite topics, things to paint, subject matter. Go ahead and look him up and check out some of his work. He's all about brushwork. A lot of the brushwork is visible. Fun to look at his stuff. It's very textural. And you can really feel how it was made. And this is just one of his more unique prints. And I like to look at it. And since today, like I said, is Inauguration Day here in the States, why not look at somebody who does a lot of paintings of that flag? Why not? All right, now it is time to move on to the animal and activity game, where you suggest for me an animal doing something funny, something strange, something weird, and then, of course, I will draw it for you in the chat. So how does that sound? What do you think about that? All right, so I'm going to check out your suggestions here in a second. Oh, hey, do you guys hear that? We almost forgot, didn't we? But it is time for Appreciation Station. Today we are appreciating Yana. I hope it's pronounced Yana. I think it's pronounced Yana. So I want to say, today I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you because it was a cold night there at the racetrack where we were racing our go-karts, and that one kid kept lapping us, and the prize for the person who got first place was, of course, going to be a big fat cotton candy, and I wanted that so badly, and so did you. And you were so clever. Just from found objects all around the racetrack, you were able to convert our go-karts into flying cars, and we won the race. That was incredible. And that cotton candy was delicious. So thank you again for your quick thinking and for your amazing skills. Never seen anybody do that so fast. That was pretty neat. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to keep those flying go-karts. But hey, what are you going to do? All right. Now we're going to get back to drawing, and we are going to see what we can do. What do we have here? We have a turkey trying on a bald eagle wig. We have a giraffe doing limbo, a jellyfish eating from a jar of peanut butter, a rabbit reading an eye chart, a chipmunk blowing a balloon, donkey eating a cupcake. Kinds of fun ideas. Let's see. Hey, Christine from Canada. Nice to see you. Let's see, what else? A polar bear playing baseball. Polar bear playing, I like that. Oh my gosh, all these cool suggestions. Well, I've got about 5 minutes left, so I gotta make up a drawing and I gotta decide quickly. I'm gonna say, I think the rabbit reading an eye chart. Stephen Booth, are you ready? Here we go. Rabbit reading an eye chart, and we're off to the races. Gonna grab my light blue color so I can sketch. There we go. And I'm gonna have that rabbit leaning in with one hand kind of up to his face, kind of like what am I looking at? Okay, so we got one there. And the other arm will be tucked back behind the back there, and then we get some nice rabbit feet right there. And we got to draw that eye chart, so let's put that right here. By the way, Stephen, tell everybody, please, what was the idea for this? Why the eye chart? I'm curious to know what the thinking was for this. I just want to know what was going on in your head. It's a really interesting request. Very different from the average. Tell us what's going on. Or don't. Just leave it a mystery if you want. Whatever. That's fine. But I am kind of curious. What were you thinking? Alrighty, got just enough time to finish this. So we are going to go for it. Are you ready? Let's do it. All right, we'll knock this back a little bit. And I'm gonna grab my nice dark blue color here. And let's do it. Give him a nice collared shirt. And we'll bring that down there. Bring that shoulder over here. Tuck that other arm back. Right there. Try and go for those whenever you have the opportunity to sort of get a more fluid line. I say go for it. You know, it's not a requirement, but if you can, it helps it holds the drawing together, if that makes sense. right? Holds the drawing together. And that's a good thing. And I'm going to put that little cottontail back there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And throw in that chart. Got a big E up there. Put a, let's do an F. Let's do a G. And then, I don't know what the other letters are. Beep, beep, beep. Just do this. Okay. And there he is. What do you think? Rabbit reading an eye chart. That was fun. And an interesting suggestion. Different from the norm. Hey, I like that. Well, folks, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you had a good time. And remember, I'll be back again tomorrow at the same time for more drawing action. So please do remember to tune in. Tell your friends about this show. I want more folks watching it, drawing along and learning about art history and learning how to draw step by step in just 10 minutes, something interesting. And especially good for kids. So if you have kids or know anybody who has kids, let them watch this show. Remember, they're all archived on YouTube as well. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Everybody take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And like I always say, remember, please, to be kind. Ciao for now.